Dear colleagues, we continue our working day and we are giving the floor to the Presidential Administration spokesperson on ATO-related issues, Colonel Oleksandr Motuzyanyk. Good afternoon, dear journalists. To your attention, we present the dynamics of hostilities for the previous day. In Lugansk sector, 6 hostile shellings took place. The enemy violated ceasefire in Stanitsa Luganska, where the checkpoint came under fire there, and also in Izbenka at Donetsk sector, the situation somewhat improved. Yesterday there were 11 hostile shellings, more than half of them, 6 of them, were mortar shellings. The hostilities in Donetsk sector yesterday took place in Novgorodsk and near Donetsk, at the front line section of Avdiivka, Krasnogorivka. In contrast to this, the situation in Svetlodarsk, Sely and Zayevka, Mayorsk was calm for the first time during several months. In Mariupol sector, the situation was very uncalm. Yesterday, the enemy twice used cannons, 9 times mortars, 3 times armored personnel carriers. The firing density was high. They launched 120 mortar shells and over 30 artillery shells. The most fierce hostilities took place in Mariinka and near Dokuchaevsk. During yesterday at Mariupol sector, there were 29 hostile provocations. Yesterday, due to the military actions, no Ukrainian military men died, 8 were wounded. The law enforcement officers continue seizing weapons and ammunition in the area of ATO between the villages of Polovinkina and Titarivka in Lugansk region. The security service officers and law enforcement officers found and withdrew from a cache a handheld grenade launcher, 2 cumulative anti-tank grenades, 3 propellant powder grain for anti-tank grenade launcher, grenade RGD-5, and lots of ammunition rounds. And in Slavanoserbsk district, the law enforcement officers seized 400 grams of explosives, 7 grenades, and ammunition for sniper rifles. The approach routes to this cache were mined by 2 booby traps, but they were neutralized by Ukrainian military reconnaissance officers near the village of Vysoka Ivanivka in Slavyansk district in Donetsk region. At the territory of former stronghold of militaries, the law enforcement officers found 3 grenades and over 1,000 ammunition rounds. Near the water reservoir in Mariinsky district, the police found 6 grenades. In the scope of the Wait for You at Home program, 2 civilian citizens of Donbass were released from criminal liability. The examination of law enforcement officers established that those men were deceived by Russian propaganda and they joined illegal military group where they unloaded railway cars. And the exercises continued. The Ukrainian military forces in Kharkiv district, the military students conducted large-scale exercises during the march. The military students conducted radiological, chemical, biological reconnaissance, repelled sudden attack, and conducted special treatment, decontamination of manpower and vehicles. And finally, humanitarian freight with 3 tons of food passed through Zaitsevo checkpoint. And now the round of series of questions.
Tell us, please, about the information about wounded, whether these were some shellings or some booby traps. 8 servicemen of armed forces were wounded. In Stanitsa Lugansk, 3 servicemen. 1 was wounded in Mariinka, and in Avdiivka, 4 servicemen were wounded. In all cases, These servicemen were wounded in the course of the shellings provided by the militants. Next question. Fin TV channel. Can you say what is the number of those who died, I mean Ukrainian servicemen, from the start of the ATO operation? I'm not ready to tell you about this figure, about the number of losses, because these figures, they differ. From the start of the ATO operation, there are some losses from the start of the operation, then the first ceasefire, then second ceasefire, due to the militant operations. And I believe that we will be able to provide this information later, maybe later. Okay, thank you and goodbye. Our next press briefing is at 1 p.m.